You look like you're toing and froing.
I'm excited for this movie, I think.
We're watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Now look at that DVD case. If that doesn't spell out horrifying,
what does it say on it? At the top there.
The most purely horrifying horror movie ever made. It's the original, uncut, restored, and remastered.
And I've actually heard this is quite horrific as well.
I'm trying to... You fucking dickhead. I was wondering what that was. I thought that was your fucking Hoover. Because I know your Hoover makes that noise. Jesus.
Oh man.
Anyway.
That's how your heart's going to be throughout this film. I hope there's an actual chainsaw in it.
And I hope there's a massacre. On its 1974 release, it shocked audiences, caused outrage, and was widely banned. To this day, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remains one of the most terrifying and disturbing films ever made.
They're two of my favourite things, terrifying and disturbing.
Yeah.
And terrifying and disturbing in both films.
Yeah.
Would you rather be terrified or disturbed?
I'd rather just... I'm also interested to see, because this just looks like a completely different tone to Poltergeist.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether there'll be no comedy in this at all.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I think the only reason Poltergeist had comedy is because Steven Spielberg was attached to it.
Steven Spielberg.
And he wanted to have a kind of family-friendly kind of vibe to it, but I think Tobe is going to go full out in this. So that's why I'm excited.
Let's get into it. Cinema Rules here, and we are watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths. In particular, Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother, Franklin. The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Here we go.
That's disgusting.
That sound as well.
And just a brief glimpse makes it worse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Grave robbing in Texas is this hour's top news story. Officers there discovered what appeared to be a grisly work of art. The remains of a badly decomposed body wired to a large monument. Units exploded into flames during the night.
Very subtle shiver down my spine now.
I like when a radio or news story gives us exposition because it doesn't feel as forced.
No. So it's as if you're listening from the radio yourself. I'm getting soft shivers. Not like...
What is a soft shiver?
It's like a... rather than a...
I think that's something else, mate.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe it's the effect of
menopause.
This lovely candle that we have here.
Yeah, maybe.
Hitchhiker.
Should we pick him up?
Oh yeah, man, pick him up. Let's fix
No.
it.
Why are you so accepting of strangers?
Always pick up hitchhikers. That's the American way, isn't it? He's probably just going to be another generic character, isn't he?
He's going to be
I do like the shots though.
Yeah.
That he's using.
Yeah.
Already, it's much more varied than Poltergeist.
Well, it's just more noticeable, I'd say.
Yeah.
I was at the slaughterhouse.
I got an uncle that works at a slaughterhouse.
Hey, my brother worked there. My grandfather too.
Yeah, kick him out now.
Look. I was the killer.
Dang.
Let me see him.
They don't send the heads away.
You took these, huh?
Yeah.
Why? Tell me why.
Get out.
Tell me why you would... What's the purpose of taking pictures of dead things?
Oh, come on.
What are you doing?
What are you doing to yourself? Oh my God.
Why?
Get him out of the car. Get him out of the car. No, he's not sweet.
Yeah, look, he's just laughing. He's just having a good time. He's just showing the knife off. You know, he likes taking pictures of dead things, and he now is going to take a picture of them. It's all fine. It's not related.
Right. Maybe they didn't see many horror films then, but we know if we were in this situation, to chuck him out onto the side of the highway.
Tom, you're this
and
person
drive
whenever
off.
you're drunk.
and it's always fine in the end. Freak! Absolute freak. Has he marked the car?
Would you fill her up, please? I got no gas. You're out of gas? My tank's empty. Transport won't be here until late this afternoon. Maybe not even until
Of course.
I got some good barbecue here. Why don't you fellas stick around here a while? The transport will be by in a little while.
What would you do?
What, go to the old house or stay there? I'd probably stay there.
Really? Rather than going to the house.
He's going to have some problem running away from the killer, isn't he? Fall out of his wheelchair.
Oh yeah, because
like,
he can't run, Tom. You'll have some problem running
He
away.
can't even get in the house, let alone that.
Is he the first one to go then, do you think?
No, I think he'll be one of the last. This
Right,
is one of those
never
rules,
have sex.
Never, ever. Right, we learned that from Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Arrow through the throat.
Yeah.
Straight away. And the other
scream.
guy as well, the other woman as well, yeah.
Although
But I
they were
don't
just
feel like
sleeping.
this will have that final girl trope because
Potentially
they
not.
haven't really been that big yet. I still reckon
No.
the girl in the wheelchair will be last.
Haven't really seen much of their characters except for the guy in the wheelchair at the moment.
Get down here.
The rest are probably just codden fodder? What?
Frank
Codden?
never was.
Is it codden fodder?
Cannon fodder. Gollum fodder.
Codden. I don't know.
Codden fodder.
It's a massive brain fart there. I knew it was wrong.
Garden jarder.
Garden Baden.
We gotta come back.
Baden.
Weird that this house kind of is like in the back. At the back of the other. Is he a goner first?
I don't know. Who do you think? Her or him?
Place going her.
I was going to go her.
Right, I'll
I
go
have to
him
go
then. I'll
him.
go him then. I'll go him.
Now I think you're double bluffing me. I'm going him. You stay her.
Alright, I'm her.
Ugh.
What?
Oh no! That's disturbing. Jesus!
You freaked me more than that did, but Harry was just like
Twitching. Did you hit his head? That's horrendous.
it was just a
Wait, who did we say?
hammer to the head. I said him,
No, you didn't.
but well, she's a gunner as well.
They're human skulls. They're human bones.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
made out of bones.
Oh, run. Just drawing attention to yourself, you moron. Run! Oh no, this is like Dead by Daylight. Oh. Oh, imagine just still being alive and watching him. Cut up your boyfriend. She could have just silently, within seconds, walked out.
Listen, I think I'll walk down to the creek before it gets too dark. How do I get there, Frank?
Well, there's a trail down there between them two old sheds.
Can I go too?
I think you better stay here.
Well, we need somebody alive.
I love the cinematography of the show. It has surprised me.
Kurt? Are you guys in there?
Don't put your eye near that thing.
Everything's gone.
Slam.
Don't say she's in there. Or he's in there. As in the killer. What? Oh! What? Is See, this guy isn't going after them. He just doesn't like them intruding into his house, trespassing. You know?
This is one of the
This is a law in America.
I think he's one of the more terrifying out of these horror antagonists.
You think? But, you know, it's a law in America. If you come onto someone's
What the
property, they're allowed to kill you. It's got Rory's teeth. Man, I'd love to kiss that mouth. It's just those
What
two.
if we get lost too?
This is this is like Friday the 13th
We
again.
ought to go to that
Oh,
gas station and get help.
Just those two
I'm
left.
not leaving here without Jerry.
The characters were better in Friday the 13th, though. We got more scenes where we understood what each of them were like.
Yeah.
Sally, I hear something. Stop. Stop.
Oh Jesus! What?
That's one of the biggest jumps I've had in ages.
Yeah.
Since Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I thought they were just going to get to the house again.
I thought he was going to be
Oh
the last
God!
one.
Jesus, look at him.
I don't know, my heart's going.
Running straight after him. Oh. Oh God.
Here's Johnny! Ooh, stay
It is
away
that-
from that door, the chainsaw
Yeah.
gets them straight through it.
It's the house. It's his house.
Please.
What do you mean, please? You can obviously see that this guy's not. I don't like that noise. Jump. That's exactly what I would have done. Just yeet it out. Not the Halloween where she's like fiddling with the lock. No.
Well, that wheelchair guy, I just thought about him, but he was just like getting like.
Yeah. He was the only character we were kind of invested in.
Yeah.
Like, who is this person? Like, we know nothing about her.
Mate, imagine
Mate, this
turning
is
around.
a good 10 minutes of running.
Imagine turning around and seeing that. He's going in!
Oh, this is the gas station they were at. Yeah, don't trust this guy.
Wow. Remember, I said I'd originally stay there.
And this is the family though. I bet.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, if we didn't know it was a family, maybe there's a twist coming.
There's no phone here. We have to drive over to Children's. I'll get the truck. Take it easy.
I kind of thought this guy was a bit weird anyway. Even though I said I'd go in for the food.
What are you doing?
You got no need to worry.
No!
Grab that.
Yeah.
What do you want?
No, there's no need to do that.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
These people don't know how to use weapons. You know, brooms, frying pans, always beat machetes for some reason. But all I know is that if they didn't go to that goddamn house, there would have been no trouble.
Well, there would have been, wouldn't there? Because they were going to go with him instead.
No, he was fine. He was just cooking dinner.
He's in on it.
Yeah, he's in on it. But no one approached that house that they were at. So if they just stayed there...
Oh, they knew they were there, didn't they? It was that mark on the van.
And Americans say that English people have weird teeth.
They do, don't they? I don't know
Yeah.
where that stereotype comes from.
Who's that? Oh, is that the guy? Oh no, that's him.
Little coon shit. You damn fool, you almost got caught over a dude. No, they didn't see me. They don't know nothing. I told you to stay away from that graveyard. Told you never leave your brother alone. You get in there and get that girl out of the car.
What did he say? I told you never leave your brother or something. Am I just making that up?
Maybe. I'm just thinking about how similar this is to The Hills of Eyes. Not like incredibly similar.
Just the concept.
I thought you was in a hurry. You did good. See the nice girl. You that quick. Get upstairs and get your grandpa.
They're dead though. What the hell? She he doing? Ah! Sticking it in a dead man's mouth. What the? No, he's alive. He's alive. He's blinking. Oh! What the fuck? Tom, what is going on? He's doing a little dance.
That's sweet.
Give me some sugar. What's she sitting on? Oh, she's got arms under her. It's like listening to a baby cry like for hours on end. It's like taxing to the brain.
I'm glad this must be why it's a short film, because you couldn't have 2 hours of this.
Hey, Grandpa! We're gonna let you have this one!
Jesus! Oh my god! Come on, do something!
Because you did.
Oh! Oh! Oh?
Did they say one body was found away from the place at the start?
Yeah, but was that a different group? I think it's a different group, Tom. Because there was a news report at the start, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, because it said invalid brother as well, and I think that's what.
Yeah,
term
so
for-
these people killed more people.
Yeah.
So
No,
and
they
it was
said
just a
that-
different group of people. They. Oh! Oh! He's like, nope! Oh, get in! Close the door! Oh no! That's not gonna help. Oh, maybe not. What are you doing? What are you doing? Drive away. What are you... I'm sorry, but that has to be one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen in movie history. You have a truck.
Yeah!
Oh! His leg. What? Jesus. Why are you flagging down another car? Get in the lorry. This guy's running off just like he's got a whole lorry he could just drive away in.
He's like a pedestrian in GTA.
Yeah, literally, like, just get in the car, you weirdo. I've seen that scene before, that shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Got a famous shot. Yeah,
That emotion, that joy.
shot. Look at the cinematography, man, I love it. It's like dancing.
Yeah.
It's like angry dancing. It's like in Footloose, but with a chainsaw. That guy with the lorry? What? He's just running off in the opposite direction. He has a lorry that he can just drive off in.
I think this film, jump scares wise, was, good. But, some films aren't good just because they've got jump scares in them. It was very taxing on the brain, I said, in Belligerent. Taking in consideration and how it affected me through reactions and how I think it was filmed and story-wise and everything, writing, I'm going to give this a 7.5, and it's just going to be just below Hellraiser.
It was an enjoyable experience to watch it. But
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
Like it. I mean, and there's certain things I really love about this film.
Yeah.
But it's only certain things.
Yeah, it's not.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I can't.
it's not
rate
collective.
It. I can't rate it better than Halloween. So I'm going to give it a 7.3.
7.3.
I jumped more
Because
when he
of
first appeared, and when with the wheelchair bit, because you were like, "Whoa!" And I was like, ah.
Right, I just didn't expect either
The
of
jump
them.
scares were good.
Yeah, the
You know,
jump
they
scares were
weren't-
good.
You get films where you have jump scares for jump scares' sake, don't you? Here it was even more horrifying because of the mask, the human skin mask that.
Yeah.
What's he called? Leatherface.
Leatherface.
That he had on.
But the fact that he's just such a brute and he's like overpowering in height and weight just makes him more of a dominant figure in the film. So what did you like about this film?
What I really liked about it, some of the cinematography was insane.
Gorgeous.
Some of it was
I'm
that
so
shot at the end where he's like with the sunset and he's swinging it around, and you said it's like a dance, and it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And also
it's almost like psychological. It's almost like poetry. Like I love it.
But also at the start with the I'm gonna call it Little Miss Sunshine shot with the if you've seen Little Miss Sunshine with the van
and how it's going along
the road. It's such a wide
like
shot.
The same level of the camera.
Yeah,
like, it's going along. Yeah, stuff like that. The setting is beautiful in general as well. I quite like that.
But also the camera work, the cinematography, not just like sunsets and stuff, but the use of Dutch angles in the last act to give you an uneasy feeling. I think it was directed
when she was at that elongated. I know it can go over the top with like the screaming constantly and stuff like that.
I think it was intentional.
It's like sensory overload, isn't it?
Intentional.
It's good doing that, but when it's cutting from person to her eye and it's getting closer
and more.
And then as well, the cuts to the shots of the bones happen not too much sparingly, but then like the meat that's cooking as well. And the cuts are quite good.
The editing. I felt the first and second act were a bit lackluster, and the final act was really almost like
it made it for the film.
Like not perfect, but like I thought it was like an incredible film
that last
in
bit
itself.
With the lorry, the guy getting hit.
Just in itself, that last act is incredible. But there were elements in the first act that I enjoyed. Second act, I just felt dragged, and there wasn't much. You know, you had the kills, but they weren't like fantastic, and they weren't delivered fantastic. Lee, but again, like you previously said, the cinematography was incredible. The use of the camera work, the experimentation here is purposeful. If this was Tobe,
I mean, I don't know if it's his first film.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You can clearly see that he
understands what he's doing. Yeah, he's understanding what he's doing.
Obviously, I don't.
There's purpose.
I don't rate it anywhere near like Psycho.
No.
But in terms of like experimentation,
camera work,
he still tries, doesn't he? And he still does his best.
But I also like this. There's no real score, but the music.
I was literally going to say the exact
was just
thing.
Incredibly, really good.
Very subtle, but unnerving.
And just like screeches, you know, even at the beginning, the very beginning of the pictures being taken of the bodies, the camera sounds like.
Poor notes for me. The characters are terribly written. Yeah, they do stupid things, which I mean, normally, typically, the cliche thing is they make stupid decisions, but it's even beyond that. Yeah. The only guy I was starting to root for was the guy in the wheelchair.
But then he just got killed off like that.
But he just got like, sitting there in the chair as he got
I thought that it would have been a good segue from the second act to the third act to have the guy in the wheelchair and her at the dinner table, and them liking him because he was different. He wasn't, you know, he was in a wheelchair, and him hinting at the knife towards her and her finding the knife to try to escape.
Yeah, so you could have built on it in different ways. I mean, I'm just thinking like writing, with a small space of time, you can get quite attached to a character. That character at the very beginning of Friday the 13th, the girl, you can get quite attached to her quite well, we did quite fast, and we thought, oh, she's the main character now. Yeah. So just because it's a short film doesn't mean you can't do that. The characters were just, I couldn't tell you any of their names.
I would say the writing is the weakest point on this film. Definitely the weakest point, but the directing is the highest point.
There's some interesting things, isn't there? Like the narration at the start, you know. Yeah, that was the radio, the shots at the start. I love that opening. They seem quite small choices, but actually they're effective choices. And I do really wish I could see another film of his, because I don't think Poltergeist was the best vehicle for him to show off all of these things that he could do. Do you know what I mean? With cinematography and that.
I would watch it in a few years' time.
Yeah.
I'd say 5 years' time, I'd probably watch it again purely for the cinematography, purely for looking at what shots, probably to analyse this film rather than to entertainment purposes, because like we've said previously, I'm a wannabe filmmaker, so I would love to go back and just look at, you know, what type of shots he did and why.
You can see it all the time. You can pick anything, like when the father was in the car driving and he's got the shadow and light slashed across his face. Yeah, you know, there's so much you can pick apart. Yeah, but it just doesn't have the entertainment factor for me that the others do have.
But yeah, so that was our Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 review. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was good. It was.
But
good.
it was like
it's different. It's been different to the ones we've watched so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of that sequel as well if you've seen it, because it's 12 years later. I think that's quite weird.
Yeah, and give us any information or facts about this film and how it impacted maybe the industry or other films, how it influenced other films. But if you like this video, just like it. Like the video, literally.
Drop us a sub.
It's right there. It's right there. Drop us a sub, and yeah, we'll see.